witch has the power and it needs witching hours, so you're better off elsewhere tonight. Witch among us, and she must be found before she burns this whole place to the ground. Away, just stay out of the woods, 'cause she's up to no good unless you're prepared for a fight. 'Cause the witch has the power and it needs witching hours, so you're better off elsewhere tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Off the Grill podcast, the only show that has been referred to as a triple penetration of knowledge, humor, and timelessness. And go fuck yourself. Great to be here. Another edition. Finally, the sauce has come back to Mondays. That's been a minute. Isn't that exciting? Aren't we all just thrilled? No going up against much larger shows. No beating up fucking smaller shows. And my own little niche audience right here, right now, on Mondays. Half hour later than normal. I was just feeling like 8 o'clock felt better. Oh, boy. Oh boy. Old Jonathan Bombastic says, Steak, you could lace my goddamn boots. Well, that's true, because main eventers don't have to fucking lace the undercard guy's boots. So there would never be a time where I would have to do that. Brian Trash is Smello. Hey, Lord Steak. Billy Bean says, I'm just here for the nudity. And we're glad you are. Christian Hannah, says, well, here we are. Friday Steak to be naked. Listen, one thing you never have to worry about. One of the only things you never have to worry about is me getting naked on this show. Billy Bean says he's always naked in my thoughts. Old Gypsy Warrior showing out. That Gypsy. People saying hello to one another. Isn't that fun? Christian says, check your mic settings. Great. I'm going to kill myself. Oh. How about that? That fucking, for the first time in a long time, did not update to the microphone. So hopefully that's better. I apologize. I'm running a shithole operation. And, you know, those things are going to happen. Old Ben Grimm in the chat says, hola. Bombastic says, anyone else got an erection? Retro Cat, old Gibbs in the house is guilty. What's up, buddy? Chris says, I guess I deserve a producer credit on this show now. You might not be wrong. But, reasons unknown. I feel like that's not a great message to get from your girlfriend. So, this may be the last show. And also the last time anyone sees me. So, it's been good. It's been a good run. But apparently I fucked up. Shout out to old James E. Cornett. That's Bright Zero. It's very nice. Billy says I'm always at full attention when Saucy's on. No Dunshine says shout out. He says recording my nominations video as I type, but I wanted to stop by and say sup. Well, sir, sup right back. Oh boy. Well, that was about 5 minutes. That's good. We didn't talk about it last week. I fucking kicked myself after it was over. I think at some point I thought, hey, make sure to bring this up before you close the show, and I never did. But Ryan Fitzpatrick is retired from the NFL after 22 seasons, which seems wrong. I don't think that's right. That feels like a number I made up. I'm not going to check. So, fuck off. Yeah, it can't be 22 because that mean he started in 2000. Tom Brady's been 22 seasons strong. So there's been like 17. I think he was drafted in 05 by the Rams. But yeah, man. I fucking like he's part of the reason that I'm not like exclusively a Jets fan. Like Stevie Johnson, Freddie Jackson, those underdog Buffalo Bills teams from the early 2010s. I mean, that fucking week, whatever was it? Week 3, week 11, week 72. I don't fucking know. That showdown with the New England Patriots. It was like the battle of the interceptions in the fourth quarter, and then Fitzpatrick sticks the game winner to like David Nelson or somebody. That high-pitched fucking screech after he throws that pass is fucking amazing. The near defeat of the Pittsburgh Steelers when they were fucking like in the height of Roethlisberger and Tomlin's power. If God hadn't made Stevie Johnson drop that ball, man, that'd be an all-timer. Oh, shit. Old Jamie in the chat. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Sean McManus, how are you fucking cocksucker? I ought to stab you right in the foot. He says, good evening, mother truckers. Can you imagine getting on here with that sort of fucking filthy mouth? And he says, breaking news, I'm joining the NFL. I think that would be the doom of the league. The quickness with which you're torn apart by violent men would scare a nation and bankrupt a company. Brian Trash's Rogers is playing. Aren't you happy? No, I'm not. You better watch your mouth, sir. Okay. Christian asks how the weather is up here. It's blazing in Louisiana. Well, it's not Louisiana blazing up here, but it's not cold either. It's still just the beginning of June, so it's like we've had a couple real hot days, but luckily it's been hanging around right in lower to mid 70s, and we got there. Okay, that's enough. Bombastic says, now why would Sean know anything about the NFL? Well, that's kind of the point. That's why he's going to destroy the league. Inadvertently, I would imagine. Maybe it is some kind of fucking Americans. That's not football. I don't know what the fuck that accent is, but it's certainly not an Irish accent. You fucking foolish Americans. Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Jonathan, you sent me some intel, but it's hard for me to do anything here. I don't know. So, Gypsy goes, Sauce, did you check out Eyes of a Stranger yet? Also, what's the best Super Bowl of all time in your opinion from an excitement and entertainment point of view? I have not checked that out. I probably won't check that out. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the new fucking what's his face thing? The Chinese boy. I don't know. It's the best Super Bowl of all time, in my opinion. I oftentimes end up watching fucking the team that I want to win just like embarrass themselves. I mean, like Seattle beating the shit out of Denver. You know, when like Manning was running like the highest powered offense in the history of the league. That was satisfying for a couple of reasons. I don't like Peyton Manning first and foremost. But then to see like defense still fucking could take over a game, you know, despite the rule changes and all that over the years. That was cool. In recent memory, this last Super Bowl was pretty fun. Just, you know, Rams, Bengals, two teams that are fucking more or less just completely likable from the top down. And then, but my favorite one, honestly, was Tampa Bay beating the shit out of Kansas City. Like, that was, as someone that doesn't just like blindly hate Tom Brady for no fucking reason, it was really nice to see him just smack that little fucking Kermit sounding motherfucker down. Good old Brian Trash just gives Steak a thumbs up. I goddamn appreciate that. I goddamn do. But plus, you know, Fez Whatley being in that building in Tampa Bay to watch Tampa fucking pull it out for their second ring is pretty fantastic. Oh, Eyes of the Strangers, that's right. The slasher from '81. You said that was on. Yeah, I didn't get around to it, obviously. Had a fucking only had a couple days, but they're my busiest days came after last week's show. Jennifer Jason Lee. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. That's right. Okay. I'll get to it. Ken Wiederhorn. Okay, fucking A. I mean, you know, see, that's fucking. That's fucking. This is a bad show. I could tell. I'm not high at all. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, Wiederhorn did Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Jonathan goes, I can't remember. Did you get anything from the Vinegar Syndrome? Oh, no, you can't spell vinegar that way, buddy. That's going to get us both canceled. That's the one thing I'm not cancel proof from. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do you hear that? You guys hear that?
The faggot of the opera.
Just seemed like a good time. I don't know. No real reason. Isn't that guy gay? Shit, the bed. I don't know. Brian Trash's Get High. Well, maybe. That's one way. I don't know. I don't feel like I really need that usually. I did however many shows, 60 shows like that. Johnny J says it's drugs o'clock. Well, Gypsy says there's never a bad time for the faggot of the opera. I don't know. I got 2 drugs. 2 votes for drugs, so maybe it is time. But to answer your question, Jonathan, I did not get anything from that sale because I've gotten everything that they've put out that I wanted. Like, I don't know. I get why people do it, but I also kind of hate when people just buy shit that's like super limited or rare with the express intent of flipping it. Like, you're fucking the market up on purpose, and it's kind of shitty. I don't know. Just my personal opinion. But what are you going to do? People are going to do, like, it's not like some unforgivable, nasty thing. It's just something I don't really think is the greatest. Gypsy says he thinks I'll be impressed. Eyes of a stranger. The eyes of a stranger are upon you. Ugh, that fucking show. And Sean brings up a thing that I was going to bring up. I didn't do any prep, but... Jamie says, definitely gay. Guaranteed penis breath. Yeah. Huh. Sean really thinks it's funny. Bombastic says, I can spell. Oh. Brian asks if he should just get higher. Well, I'm not going to tell you no, sir. But, I mean, if that's how we feel, then maybe I will take a quick break at the beginning of the podcast. That's not going to end poorly, is it? I don't know. I'll be back. Listen to this. Shouts out Scarecrow Show.
Will I be remembered?
All right, that's enough of that. While we're here, let me just tell you guys, if you ain't watched it, maybe go back and check out the mess around from 2 weeks ago, something like that, somewhere in that rough age range, date range, whatever the fuck. Check out the old mess around presented by the Off the Grill podcast. Joined by Dan and Mr. Bombastic himself, as well as Christian Hanahara of Planet CHH and Unitahara podcast. Also, check all those things out. Check those fellas out. Well, Dan Shine, Flesh Wound features. All right, that's great. Now on with the show. Balls. So, Sean McManus brings us this up. So, Neve Campbell isn't coming back for Scream 6. And I guess that's come out within the last 24 hours that she has decided to pass on the show. I think she cites not being, like, having basically a price tag. I don't mean to fucking phrase it that way because I'm kind of on her side as far as that goes, but let's hit up deadline. Let's see if I fucking regret this immediately. We're officially heard that Neve Campbell won't be reprising the role of Sidney Prescott in the Paramount Spyglass Media Scream 6. Word began to leak on the convention circuit with Campbell, and she says today, sadly, I won't be making the next Scream film. As a woman, I had to work extremely hard in my career to establish my value, especially when it comes to Scream. The actress says about her turn in the $744 million plus grossing global franchise. I felt the offer that was presented to me did not equate to the value I have brought to the franchise. It's been a very difficult decision to move on. To all my Scream fans, I love you. You've always been incredibly supportive to me. I'm forever grateful to you and to what this franchise has given me over the past 25 years. Campbell currently stars in Netflix series The Lincoln Lawyer. Deadline recently reported that she's joined the cast of Peacock's Twisted Metal in a recurring role as Raven, opposite Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatriz, and Thomas Hayden Church. Okay, I think we get it. They talk about how Hayden Panettiere is back as Kirby for this next one, which is fine. She's done all that there is to do. Like, and it's a great it's a great little run. I don't fucking blame her for wanting more money to keep doing them because, she is, everyone fucking talks about it. Oh, the three, the fucking trio, and go fuck yourself. Like, the best thing about that is just to fucking have her just go away. Doesn't have to be some big thing where, she gets fucking killed off at the very beginning of the next one, or she gets rid of every ghost face that's ever existed and she's 93 years old. Sometimes the happiest fucking ending is to just ride off quietly. Just see ya, nothing. That's the last one. We don't need to fucking talk about it. She got out of it. She finally escaped her history and all that shit. So, she's happy, married, kids, beautiful. Sidney Prescott, farewell. On top of that, it's a much larger scale, and there's a lot of very dumb people that use it. Hey, these Hollywood types, they're millionaires, and they want more money? Ugh. I don't know about that. I live paycheck to paycheck, brother. I don't know nothing about that life. All right, dude. Cool it. Okay. $744 million gross. Obviously, there's fucking overhead to catch on that shit, but they're raking in a lot of money on that. You can give that to the fucking actors, give it to the crew and all that. Obviously, it's not some kind of it's not a charity, but especially when someone fucking that vital, or at least in your eyes vital to the fucking story, either should get more money or you should move on from her. It's fine. Like, it's not, oh, she's greedy. She wants what she's worth. And to that series, I'd say she's worth quite a bit. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one with this opinion. I'm imagining there's some people in the chat listening to this down the line, whatever. Nostalgia is what makes money, but it doesn't make compelling content. So the sooner that we get that fucking, that core trio out of the series, I think the sooner there's something Scream related that's a little more predictable or unpredictable. Sorry. And I like Scream 5. I liked it a lot. Scream 5, Scream 4 is great too, but I don't know. But let's catch up with the chat here. Oh, Lauren in the chat. God damn it, you little fuck. She says, I'm not coming back for Scream 6 either, or 7, 8, 9. Well, I'll be in the 8th picture. Gypsy says, no Sydney, no Scream, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I can't co-sign on that one, Gypsy, but I get why you feel that way. Jamie says, meh, I'm okay with it. She had a good run. You got to know when to fold them. Yeah, that's kind of what I said. So she's in agreement. Brian says, does anybody really care about the upcoming Scream sequels? I have a vague interest in seeing if Hayden Panettiere has, gone off a deep end and can't be saved. She's ended up like, because she is a child star technically, right? When she on that, what the fuck was that called? It was Heroes, or was it Lost? One of those shows. I think they were on at the same time. I don't remember which one's which because I didn't watch either. I was a real miserable kid. Everything was dumb to me, except wrestling. So, what does my opinion really fucking mean? So, if she went down like an Eddie Furlong, fucking Todd Bridges, those are the only two I can think of. But that route and just shit the bed and Tyler, if she can bounce back and be as big time as as her potential fucking says she can be. Lawrence says more people will tweet about the next fucking Scream movie than will bother checking out Cronenberg's Crime of the Future in the theater. That's where fandom is. I agree. Unfortunately, it is. Like I said, I mean, like that nostalgia shit fucking is what rakes in the money. But I don't know. We're bankrupt as a culture. This gets into a much larger, more paranoid thing. But Jamie says, I think she was in Heroes. Okay, that works for me. I'll go with it. I don't care enough to look. Gypsy says, it's a shame because I was so hyped for Kirby coming back, but this has really ruined all my excitement. Just pay Nev Campbell what she's worth. She's more than earned it. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if they really want her in there, if they really think she's worth it, they would have paid her. So they don't. That's fine. They're allowed to feel that way. She's allowed to say, well, I'll pass. At the end of the day, it's not a fucking, good versus bad or whatever the fuck. But Jamie says when Hayden Panettiere was young, she was on One Life to Live playing Todd and Blair's daughter. I'm pretty sure that's a soap opera. I don't know what channel it's on. I never watched that one. I was a CBS boy. Roldy says the Scream series just needs to end. There's no need to keep cranking them out. Same with the new Halloween movies. Well, he says some, but he's dumb. I'm gonna pass on that. Oh, Ark! Boy! He says, Steak, it's your month finally. Thank you. Thank you. Rolly says Niv Campbell was 2 artificial hips and an has 2 artificial hips and an insulin pump. She probably can't get around like she used to. Well, that's not fair at all. She still looks fantastic. Her hips seem to be working fine, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. Oh, God, I want to kill myself. It's nothing to do with what I just said. I just wanted to kill myself. Oh, there he goes. He pays it off. Here's the fucking home run. Never mind. I'm thinking of Carrie Underwood. That you are. She does have an insulin pump with 2 artificial hips. That old bitch. Jamie said, did you know Nev is a trained ballerina? No, I didn't. And I'm going to pretend I still don't. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Orc's just got the fire going on. I like fire. So that's 2 things that I've blown through. Isn't that nice? That's the problem when you don't think about anything. Rolly says, aha, she's been doing Super Bowl shows for 50 years. Yeah. Mostly just fucking out in the parking lot, though. So the last thing that I've got written down, you guys are going to have to take over the show, or else it's going to be a real short one. Oh, Ben says Nev co-starred with The Rock in Skyscraper. They make a beautiful couple. Do they? I don't like when they mix. Roldy says, in my dreams, Nev Campbell is a ballerina, yoga instructor, gymnast who wants to know if my nice van is room for 2. Rape. This is the old Hell in a Cell pay-per-view last night. Oh, sorry. Premium live event. Pay-per-view is a thing of the past for fucking nerd companies to use. At Hell in a Cell last night, the main event was Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. Shouts out Jay the Stingray. Jay the freaking Stingray. I like that. That one's going to stick. They had a nice little fight, a little choreographed fight inside the Hell in a Cell structure. I watched it out of curiosity because news broke a couple hours before the show that Cody Rhodes had tore his bicep tendon off the bone, which doesn't sound great. I'm sure it's pretty fucking awful, but it was torn completely, so there was no chance of him hurting himself further by doing the match. So he did the match, and the bruising on his fucking shoulder and chest after that. I should have grabbed a picture for the show, but I don't do prep because I suck. It's pretty fucking brutal looking, dude. And they had a pretty fun match. You know, they worked relatively safe. I hate talking about work because I'm a fucking nobody. I'm not trained, but and there's a lot of phony outrage about how dare they let him work hurt. That's so dangerous. Well, both men said, yeah, good. Let's do this. So they did this. And it was fucking great. It was better than any fucking slap banger, cum guzzler, you know, Dark Prime Elevator Plus YouTube match. Where the 6 fucking just like wrestling school trainees bleed all over each other for 25 minutes and no one sells anything. You know. Anyway, you know, it's good. And, you know, it's, hey, no. The Hardy Boys fucking getting their brains scrambled like eggs over and over and over, and the match is continuing. That's fine. That's real sports feel. But, you know, gritting through an injury that's, At the end of the day, not that serious. What a sloppy shop. Vince McMahon is literally Hitler. I'm going to tell him my pronouns. Wait till Waifu hears about this. And it's okay, Kenny Omega wrestled for the last 17 months with fucking 2 torn ACLs and no shoulders and fucking vertigo, and that's fine. And I agree that's other than the vertigo, that's head injury shit, and that's I don't know. It's not technically head injury shit, but it's like you lose your balance and shit. So that's that's kind of bad. That's dangerous. But other than that, if they want to fucking work, let them work. Speaking of getting injured, that fucking nerd vagrant loser CM Punk broke his foot or his ankle or some shit by jumping into the crowd like a moron and smashing it on the guardrail. But don't worry, he's not going to lose his belt. They're going to make an interim one in the meantime. A whole convoluted fucking, John Moxley's going to be number 1 contender because he's on the list at number 1. Well, he's not, actually. Wardlow was number 1. But Wardlow didn't work for the company before the last pay-per-view, so why is he on there at all? It's just like this whole fucking coked out billionaire daddy's boys action figure league, really. He's rich enough to just buy fucking live action figures, and I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I just strip the motherfucking title. It's wrestling. It's not real. You guys that fucking company doesn't even pretend it's real anyway, so I don't understand what the fucking hassle is. Why, at least this time they're sort of using the interim thing correctly, because it's a long-term thing, but he just won the belt. Take it away from him. It's not fucking that serious. But so now his days as champion counter will be fucking through the roof when he finally does come back, just so he can one up his WWE title record. He's a fucking dork. Just a fucking absolute egomaniac. And on top of that, being just like a miserable, shitty person, he's fucking he's a douchebag. I lost chat. Gypsy says Nev Campbell worked best as a couple with Denise Richards. He says we talked about AEW Dark. Well, sort of. I was alluding to Wild Things is such an underrated movie, says Gypsy. Jamie loves Wild Things. Roldy says, a completely torn bicep can't get worse. He knew what he was getting into. Nobody forced him. I said that. Ben Grimm says Philip Rivers played an AFC championship game with 2 torn ACLs. I remember that. That was against the Patriots. And they fucking almost beat him. I think Nate Kading shit the bed at the end of the game. I feel like that's accurate. Who up until that point had been pretty solid for them. And that, to me, is the beginning of their fucking special teams woes. It was way back in 07, 08. Yeah. I don't know. What's up, Mikey? I'll die and breed. Roldy says CM Punk wrestles like a custom character composed entirely of random moves. Yeah, and listen, dude, you went to the UFC and got the shit kicked out of you 100 times. Can you stop that fucking fake shoot fighter thing with your with the wrist tape and pretending like you're some fucking Brazilian killer. You fucking break. Brian says, shroom or not to shroom? You do you, brother. I say shroom it up. Hey. Dan Shine says, time to put it on Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, dude. His little girlfriend will end up with that fucking AEW title before he ever sniffs it. Like, she's more intimidating than he is anyway. And she fucking stinks, too. Mikey says, funny how he bitched for years about championship stars not being present. Wins the belt, and now he's not present. Yeah, while keeping the belt. Yeah, he's a fucking hypocrite through and through. Like, the whole narrative that the WWE didn't push him or get behind him is completely false. Did they book that Summer of Punk angle well? No, not at all. Like, it's just unfortunate that he's right about just enough things that fucking people just buy hook, line, and sinker into his shit. I did it for years. But I've also recently seen that he admitted that he greatly exaggerated how sick he was before he left. And that despite what he said on that fucking Colt Cabana Hi, Colt. That Colt Cabana podcast, even AJ's doctor didn't initially catch that it was fucking MRSA. So it wasn't, or a staph infection, whatever the fuck. He's just a fucking disingenuous shitbag, selfish fucking me first cocksucker. And I don't know. That cult of personality thing really does kind of come into focus. And I don't know. Oh, yes. I wonder what's the overlap between Ozzy Osbourne, Five Finger Death Punch, and CM Punk. I don't. Oh, they're fans. I don't know that there's, a whole lot of crossover. Where the fuck do we go? People saying hello. Hi, people. What the fuck? Oh, those are little mushroom emojis, guys. Take a look at them. Ben Grimm says he missed 4 field goals in a playoff game against the Jets, too. In a year we had the number 1 offense and defense. That was 2009, wasn't it? Fucking Sean Green tear you guys apart all game. Rolly says the wrist tape means he's a rebel because lightning. Dan says, you'd hit the back of the DMD's tonsils. I swear to God, I couldn't if I wanted to. My penis fucking just, it goes inside when I see her. She's got like a fucking, her head looks like a squash. Like she's that Ray Liotta joke on Family Guy come to life. Oh, it says CM Punk actually had ovarian cysts. Mike, yes, if I spoke on the Cody Rhodes pec tear and he had a good match. I did speak on that. I did praise him, and I fucking failed to mention that I can't believe the motherfucker has done it. He's made me a fan of him. Like, there were a couple things in his initial run that I liked. I thought all this shit once he started buddy with the Young Bucks. He was corny, fucking lame indie douchebag, and then the AEW shit. His wife is just, she's not likable. I don't know, like very arrogant for someone that's done nothing in the business. Like just because she married into like a dynasty, basically. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. So when he came back, I'm like, oh, who gives a fuck? Like, because there was all that speculation he's leaving for the WWE, and it's like, well, who gives a shit? He's not gonna help. He's not gonna be any better than he was the last time. He's gonna go from being too big for AEW to incredibly underwhelming in the WWE, and I was fucking wrong. I've had to eat my words entirely. And good on him for that. I think it's going to be nice that he's going to go out after beating Seth freaking Rollins 3 times in a row. Like, good on Seth for fucking doing that for him. That kind of cements him, especially in this third one on top of all that shit. When he comes back, hopefully Rumble time, right? I don't know. I think that's a little fucking soon, maybe, but just set him up for a fucking big time Mania payday, because like he's just like he jumped 6 levels in that move back. It's crazy. So I wouldn't hate that at this point. You know, he's shown that he's grown and he's ready for the fucking big time now. Ben says, I thought the Asuka Becky Belair match was good. Those 3 are fantastic. Asuka and Becky are great together always, so I'm sure that was fine. I didn't watch it though. Ben says, much better women's wrestling on WWE. I agree, because that's the only place that puts anything good. Like, Jade Cargill looks like a star, but she's terrible. So, like, she should definitely get the TV time. Maybe she should be the champion, especially that champion that could be kind of used as that workhorse belt. I hate every word that's coming out of my mouth. Dan says WWE is the best overall women's division, but unfortunately it's the same matches over and over. They need to elevate more ladies. Well, wrestling is the same matches over and over, like big time wrestling, because these are the guys we have, so these are the we're gonna use. Like, they have to fucking, the way that everything's been set up, unfortunately, everything's overplayed. Who cares? Like, that's not valid. That's wrestling. It's, the NFL, football's exciting, but dude, they play the fucking same teams every year. I mean, what the fuck, man? Great. There, some more. Have some. Oh, shout out! Just made it, even though he's late. Good to see you, Buster. You know what? I think I'm gonna end up to hear it again. What the fuck is that?
The faggot of the opera.
I'm sorry. What can I say? Jess says, hello, Roldy. Haven't seen you in the chats lately, but I see you elsewhere, so I can at least get my Roldy fix. I don't know why he said it that way. He needs to calm down. Roldy says, bring back Carmella. Yeah, she was good. She's a good character, and she's fine. Whatever. Wrestling's fine. I don't know. I really wish I had spent my time doing something besides obsessing over wrestling. Like, it's great. There's nothing wrong with watching it or whatever the fuck. But, like, it's the only thing that I can just scream about not thinking and have most of it make sense. Ben says Cora Jade in NXT is hot. She'll fill out, or I don't know. Oh, she will develop nicely. Sorry, Ben. I might have put a totally different connotation on that, and I didn't mean that. You don't deserve that treatment. Rolly says, yeah, Lonnie picked up a 6-night training and Monday's run late. Brian Trash says it is Pride Month. That's why he's snooping around. I don't know. Listen, buddy, you might put a fucking little leprechaun hat on your head, but you're still you. And we can still tell. Stinky. You stinky dick licker. All right, let's see if I can work any of these into a couple minutes more of content. And that'll be nice. What is the strangest dream you've ever had? Oh, this is a fun one. So it's not much of a like it's kind of a fucking nightmare. Like it didn't scare me, but it's scarred into my fucking brain. Portions of it, like it's not like a front to back memory, but basically something happens and like all of a sudden my grandfather, who has been dead for it'll be 16 years in November, so a good chunk of time. I couldn't even tell you when I first started having this dream, and it's always some variation of this. Yeah, it's weird, but like he's alive again, but like he died, so it's not like it's that never happened. It's just he's alive again, and at first you're just like okay, like because it's like maybe that didn't really happen. It was fake, but then it's like no, it happened. And he goes, oh yeah, no, I was dead, but they made a mistake. They made a mistake, so they sent me back. Look, and he can just for whatever fucking he can open his chest like it's like it's a cupboard. I almost said drawers. That's how fucking dumb I am. Like a cupboard. He just opens up. You see, look, all there. Fucking. He's just like pointing his organs. I got that one, that one, that one. See, they're all there. Everything's fine. And that's like the most that I remember about it. But it's just so fucking weird. It's like this. I don't know. He's just like, oh, this is totally normal. Nothing weird's happening. Why are you reacting like this? I don't like it. So that's, what was the question even? The strangest dream? I guess that probably is the strangest dream I've ever had, at least that I can remember. There's one that I used to remember, and I'm trying to do it now, and I can't. It was just some weird, like I felt like I was going to get fired at my job at the time over and over. It was like some weird thing. Everyone's sitting at like cafeteria benches instead of like the cubicles that we actually had. I don't know. That was a weird one. I don't know. Oh, where are we here? Roldy says, I feel like Paige and Charlotte have Mr. Garrison Hooters. Well, don't talk about Paige that way. We're pretty sure Charlotte does have them. But maybe since she got them worked on, they don't look like that. Either way, they're very nice, very beautiful ladies. They're great role models. Well, yeah, no, they are. Maybe cautionary tales. Ben Grimm asks, have you seen some of the weird things Megan Fox and MGK have said about each other? Like she manifested him when she was 4 and them licking blood off each other's crotches. Talk about Red Wings. No, I haven't read about them, and I don't give a single fuck about either one of them. MGK's a fucking dork. He's a wannabe. Dan says Charlotte's nude leaks are a true horror show. Dan says, which one goes Benoit and the other first Ben? Ben says, oh, Samoa Joe's playing Sweet Tooth on the Twisted Metal show. Twisted Metal? What? Why is there a Twisted Metal show? Why? Ben says he's the body, but Will Arnett is the voice. Okay. I guess for those of you that want to watch that kind of garbage, I'll watch my kind of garbage, which is YouTube shows and podcasts. Because I'm cool. Dr. Cool. Yeah. I'm just going to do another 5 minutes of finger guns, and then we'll call it a night. Oh. Gypsy asks, worst trip I've ever had. Well, I've never tripped on anything. I've never gotten into the tripping drugs. So, like, I guess there was one time me and old Johnny J, because we used to just steal his father's weed. Like that's what we did, save some money. We were fiscally responsible as teenagers. And we stole some one time, and it did like sparkle a little bit, I think, if I remember correctly. It might not have done anything, but we smoked it, and then we went outside, just like daylight out or whatever. Like it was nearing sunset, and we just then like it fucking hit us, so we're just kind of like laying down in the grass, like, oh fuck. And we're looking at the clouds and shit. I'm like, oh dude, fucking like a Dragonite. There's different stupid Pokemons. Pokemon shapes is what I meant to say, and I just gave up. So I can't talk good. But then like they slowly turned into like darker clouds just because the sun was, setting further, and they just started to seem aggressive to us both. Like, we need to go inside because this doesn't look good. And then one of them just looked like a demon. And now I think with that, it looked like just to kind of fucking let you in on what I remember seeing is like the little like floaty animated demon things, the beginning of Night of the Demons, or the title sequence of Night of the Demons. That's what I was seeing. So we get back closer to the house. We're like, well, we don't have to go in yet. I mean, hey, listen, what are we scared about? We're men after all. So we jump on the trampoline for a while, and then we stop because what if there was a scarecrow? What would you do if there was just a scarecrow and it came to life? I'd climb the fucking the phone tower, of course. What else would you do? That's how you do it. Like, yeah, but what if then his legs grow long? You just fucking, it's like in a cartoon, and he could just be as tall as he needs to be. And that just freaked us out. Neither one of us had an answer. What if to that? Like, well, we should go inside because there could be one. You never know. Like, no, we're men. Listen, we're men. We're fine. And then, oh, no, there's a panther under the trampoline. We need to go, but he'll get us. How do we get out of this? Well, we'll just stay here. It's fine. We're men. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And then, like, in my head, I could hear, like, 3 foot, well, at least, yeah, let's call it 3 football fields away. They'll correct me if they're listening. If not, fuck them. There's their pond, and like I heard like a bubbling, like something coming out of it. And all I'm thinking of is Jason. Like, oh, we need to go inside. We need to go inside right now. It's like we jumped, and it's the furthest I feel like I've ever jumped. It probably was just like a fucking, a boulder just crashing into the water. But just a. Then we just like sprinted into the house, like 11. No, it couldn't have been 11. Like whatever the fuck time it was. His dad was like on his way to sleep, so he could have just smoked whatever the fuck we smoked. And we just run through the house. We're slamming the fucking doors. We slam his door. We sit there, set up. We're like, holy fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? And then he goes, what the fuck are you guys doing? Nothing. Everything's fine. He closed the door. And he went to bed. And then we realized that there was a giant uncovered window in his room that we just had to like stay away from the entire time. Just like, don't try to stay out of its view. It's a big window. It's just wide open. It's the view is everything. And you don't want to get too close to the window, of course, because someone could just get you. Yeah. Excitable individuals sometimes, I guess, huh? But, Gypsy, that was a good one because that got us through. Let me catch up on the chat, though. Brian says garbage is good. Rolly says she didn't manifest him. She was 4 and half asleep in the car at 7-Eleven. The homeless guy trying to peek at her was tatted up. Zombie asks if I'm on Audible, and I do have a subscription to Audible. I don't work for them. I don't read anything. I'm a mushed mouth fat idiot with a grating voice. So no, but thank you for asking. Ben said it was in an article about wrestlers getting movie roles like Bray and that horror, and Liv Morgan got some new pretty big movie role. I'm confused. Gypsy says weirdest couple in Hollywood right now is Kardashian going out with the drummer from Blink-182. Brian says I accidentally took 20 plus hits of acid. Wasn't pretty. Gypsy says that sounds both terrifying and awesome. Well, yeah, in retrospect, both. At the time, just terrifying. But I'm out of things to say. Thank you guys for being here. You know who you are. I don't have to say your names. But I will say the names of these guys. Thank you to all my patrons. Big Crack Rock, Christian Hannah Horror, S'mores Indoors, Nick Redza, Jay the Stingray, Jess Graham, Orc145626, Daniel Shine, Lauren Dixon, Mr. Bombastic, Retrocac, The Daily Ghost, Slaughterport, Ben Yukinevich, Brian Trash, and Ben Grimm. Let's get back there. Thank you. Before I have to screech at you. Dan says, what's the last movie you've seen, Steak? I'll answer this one before I leave. The last one I've seen is Silence of the Lambs. And that's just the last one I've watched. The last new one that I've seen might have been The Seed, I feel like. Or no, I watched The Batman. And I like that a bunch. But thank you, guys. Zombie, I don't know if anyone is streaming tonight. I would imagine that, there we go. I got confirmation. The Flesh Wound feature guys are, in fact, live tonight. So head on over there. Check out that show. Tell them Saucy sent you, too, by the way. Because I'm always watching. But until next time, guys, that'll do it for me. Take care. And remember, Iris loves you.